Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Props Locks and Parlays. I'm your host, Mike Lauro. Again, no Paul tonight. So it's just me riding solo tonight. So welcome in as we get set on week number 7 of the NFL season and also week number 8. We're going to go through probably about the first half hour on some college games. There's some really, really good ones out there that I like. Make sure that you guys definitely tune in for that one. So again, before we get kind of rolling in this, I'm going to throw up the lineup here, guys. Again, this is Wednesday night, so I am on from 7 till 8, and then the Pittsburgh Sports Show. That's right, Will and the guys will be joining you guys right after me. So make sure you do that. And then Matty B will be back later on tonight with the final word. Tomorrow, we are busy as hell. That's right. We have the Steel City pregame. That's right. Steelers and Bengals play tomorrow night on Thursday Night Football. Then you have the Birds Blast right at 7 o'clock with Matty B and Kyle Quinn. Gridiron Weekly will come your way at 8 p.m. And then you have the post games of the Steel City post game. Also, Flyers and Jets, which yours truly will be on. That's right. I'll be hosting Clear the Ice tomorrow night. And then Matty B will be on around 10:30-ish after that. So this is your schedule leading up for the rest of the week. Make sure you guys definitely tune in. Guys, we got a great, and I mean great, we have a great I got some games this week, man, that I have lined up for both, for NCAA and also NFL football. I'm going to bring it up here on your screen. So I've been kind of going over some of these games, and I like some of them. I really do. I think some of them are. Just give me 1 second here, guys. I gotta try to move my light and get it shining. I don't know what the heck is wrong here with the light. So let me try to turn it up a little more. There we go. A lot better. All right. Definitely a lot better with the light. So better, guys, better. All right. Now, let me get put up in my chair here. Had to get the lighting a little bit better here with you guys, so I'm going to apologize for that. Again, I don't have Paul's picks for the weeks, so we're just going to make it seem like Paul's taking the week off. Last week he did send me over his picks, but unfortunately I do not have them for this week. First game I'm going to really kind of hit home with is, believe it or not, it kicks off the college football. Of course, I'm going to read you the games. Thursday, you have the Delaware Fighting Blue Hens. They go to Jackson State. Delaware is actually a 3-point favorite in this game. That is actually tonight. I'm sorry. That game's just about to kick off. Also, kicking off tonight, Sam Houston State is hosting UTEP. UTEP is a 2.5-point favorite tonight. So these two games are tonight. Tomorrow, you have Tulsa visiting East Carolina. East Carolina is a 17-point favorite in that game. So take with that as you want. If you have some early action that you want to bet on, you can definitely look into those games as well. Friday night, it gets started for yours truly right here. One of my games of the week that I am taking this week is Louisville at Miami. Now, Miami is a 13.5-point favorite in this game. I like the over in this game. I do. I stayed away from the point total. I think the point total might be a little too high for these two. So I kind of went with the over. I think both teams combined, I think they can score over 50.5 points. So I really do like them in this game. My second game will be I believe it is a 12 noon kickoff. Okay, and I'm still riding with Vanderbilt. They are the home favorites this week against LSU. I've actually taken the points in this game. It is at -2.5. Vandy is -2.5 in this game. So I definitely like this one as well. It kind of spoke to me a little bit. With Vandy being at home, you used to get 3 points. It's a little less, so they think this game is going to be a nail biter. to say the least. Looking here, another game that I do like. I didn't place a bet on it or anything like that, and I didn't put. In other words, I didn't put them in my. I didn't put them in my games, but like kind of honorable mention. Duke hosting Georgia Tech. With Georgia Tech having, Duke being a 1.5 point dog at home. So I kind of like that. I kind of like that game. I like that game. I like Duke at home. I think they can definitely cover that spread. Another game I took. Again, this is a 1:00 start. But the line really kind of called to me a little bit. UCF -7.5. -7.5 against West Virginia. I'm not a big believer in West Virginia. They already lost a lot of their guys. Have already hit the transfer portal. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. or I'm sorry, not Josiah Trotter is now in Mizzou. He left out of there, and they've lost a lot of guys. West Virginia did in that transfer portal. So, again, we're probably not going to have a long show tonight, guys. Like I said, it's just me giving my tips and picks and everything for tonight. Paul is not on. We usually like to try to go an hour, but with Paul not being on and everything, it's probably going to be a lot less than that. So I'm going to give you some of my games that I'm picking. Some of these other games, there are other matchups that I like that I didn't put on there that if you guys want to put your shekels on. One right here is kind of staggering me is Buffalo. University of Buffalo is at UMass, and Buffalo is a 17-point favorite. Now, I will say this. Last week or 2 weeks ago, I took Buffalo. They were a heavy favorite, and they only won by like 3 points. So kind of watch some of these mid-tier schools when they are when they have big point spreads. Because when it comes to like the MAC, for instance, the MAC is really weird. Any team in the MAC, they just play each other very, very toughly. One game that you think is going to be really close can be a blowout on one side, and then the other game that you think is going to be a blowout will be really close. It's they're a very, very fickle group over there in the MAC. So, and again, like this Northeast conference too, where that Buffalo's in, is kind of almost the same way as the MAC. So, just kind of give yourselves a little heads up if you're taking teams like that. Another one starting at 3:00. Northwestern hosts Purdue. Northwestern, off their big win at Penn State last week, they are a 3-point favorite at home against Purdue. I think that should be a pretty good one. Another good one that I did not take that I'm actually looking at right here is Coastal Carolina going to App State. Appalachian State is a 10-point favorite at home. Over and under is 51. I think that could be a really, really good game. If I were to bet this, I'd probably take Coastal Carolina with the points. Not to say App State won't win the game. I just don't believe that they're going to win by 10. Again, another one of those fluky games with these teams. 3:30 slate of games. You have Michigan State traveling to Indiana. I don't see that Indiana is favored by 27.5. I think they blow the doors off of Michigan State. Michigan State is not a very good football team. They lost at home last week to UCLA, who came across country and just laid a beating on them. So I would look for that one. Another good one, Mizzou and Auburn. Auburn coming off that loss last week. Getting ready to play, I believe. Hold on, I'm going to make sure I'm saying the right thing because I think Auburn did lose that game last week, if I remember right. But where's that? There it is. They lost to Georgia 20-10. So them coming off of that loss at home to Georgia, they host Mizzou this weekend, and Mizzou can definitely throw the ball. So, next one, also a 3:30 slate. Ohio visits Wisconsin. This game will not even be close. It is 25 points. Ohio State's giving up. Wisconsin just can't score. It's just that plain simple. They can't score. But I think Ohio State wins this one in a rout. Another pretty good one. James Madison hosting Old Dominion. Down there, James Madison, 1.5 favorite, 3:30 start. A lot of good 3:30 games this week. Ole Miss travels to Georgia to take on the Bulldogs, and the Bulldogs are a 7.5 point favorite in this one. I would definitely take the Dogs at home. They got on back on the winning track. Sorry, guys, if you hear any kind of noise or background noise, I don't have nothing on. They're doing road work outside of my home. And they do it at nighttime. So if you're hearing something, it's probably the road work. So again, I will apologize. I tried to block out the background noise as best as I could with that. SMU going to Clemson. SMU is a 9.5 point dog in that one. Like I said, I like this a lot of slates in this 3:30 game. SMU could give Clemson a problem. The over and under is 55. That's telling me that they're thinking SMU is probably going to score some points, like combined wise, if they're given that high. Now, whether they go over that or not, I don't know. But SMU and Clemson, like I said, Clemson 9.5 point favorite. I don't think Clemson's going to be a 9.5 point favorite over anybody. Little local flair here. Temple travels down to Charlotte to play the University of Charlotte. Temple is a 11.5 point favorite. So take a look for them too. Temple played Navy tough last week. Got them down to the final play of the game, and then Navy just busted one right up the gut for a touchdown. So there you have it. Texas A&M, they are going to Arkansas this week to take on the Razorbacks, and I know A&M won last week over Florida 34-17. They're a 7.5 point favorite over those Arkansas Razorbacks. I would jump all over A&M. I think A&M will definitely beat them. Another good one, kind of with unranked teams, really. You got Boise hosting UNLV. UNLV's had some pretty good games this year. I think that will be another good game. The over and under in this game is 62 points. So they are looking for an offensive game, I think, in this one. If the over and under is 62. So with that being said, I would definitely I might take the over in that game just because the over is so high. It means that neither defenses, they don't have faith in either one of those teams' defenses. As we get down here into the later parts of the game, Southern Miss goes to UL Lafayette. Southern Miss is a 3.5 point favorite. 6:30, a rare 6:30 game. That's right, 6:30, because in college they usually do 3:30, 7:30. But there's two 6:30 games. Oregon travels east again. Oregon is traveling east. They are looking to rebound against Rutgers. They are a 17-point favorite up in Piscataway. So let's see what happens there. And Washington State also coming east to play UVA, University of Virginia. Virginia is a 17-point favorite in that one. Then we move on to the 7 o'clock. The 7 o'clock slate of games. There are 4 7 o'clock games as we speak of. Georgia State plays Georgia Southern. Georgia Southern's a 6.5 point favorite in that one. Colorado State hosts Hawaii. Colorado State a 2.5 point favorite. Maryland travels to UCLA to take on the Bruins, and the Bruins are a 3.5 point favorite over Maryland. That is one of my games. This actually just went up over the last hour. I looked at this at roughly at about maybe 10:06 Eastern time tonight. It was a 3-point game. Now it's up to 3.5, which is very, very odd for it to move like that as we get closer to the game. But UCLA is they are a 3-point favorite in this game. The next 7 o'clock game, which I will be doing a report on, is your Penn State Nittany Lions going to Iowa to take on the Iowa Hawkeyes. Penn State is a 3-point road dog in this game. I'm happy. You see me wearing my Penn State hat, right? I am so happy James Franklin is gone. We can let this season kind of flush by the wayside and get in there and start over fresh and start the rebuild right, and get any players that don't want to be here that was on Franklin's staff, they can go follow him wherever, because they need football. They need good football players in here, and you know, guys like Ross and Pena who transferred into Penn State to come play with Drew Allard. They weren't. To me, Penn State's got to up. They got to redo and re you know rethink their situation. So if Penn State should lose this game, I could care less. I mean, right about now, they don't play well in Iowa historically, but I kind of like them though because when a team fires their coach, their team usually plays pretty good. When a coach gets fired because of how the team plays, usually that next game they come out and they play hard. And I think Penn State will cover the 3 in this one. I don't think they're going to lose. I think they're going to cover the 3. I think they beat Iowa. Now they have. I think they have a bye coming up next week, and then they have a bye next week, and then they get ready for the big showdown in Columbus. But to me, that's a one-sided affair. It'll be big for Penn State going there. Ohio State's just going to sit there licking their chops, and then they come home, and then they got to play Indiana at home. So, again, it's not looking real good for Penn State there. 7:30 slate of games. Yeah, Florida Atlantic at South Florida. South Florida is the favorite in this one by 21.5. A good ACC matchup up in the Carrier Dome as Pitt travels to take on Syracuse. Pitt right now is a 10-point road favorite, 10.5-point road favorite for your nighttime game. Another good matchup in the SEC. Alabama hosts Tennessee. Alabama right now an 8-point home favorite in that game. And then if you go over to South Bend, that's right, South Bend, USC comes to town to take on Notre Dame at 7:30 as your 7:30 slate games end there. Notre Dame is a 9.5-point favorite over USC. 8 o'clock games that kick off. You have Cincinnati going to Stillwater to take on Oklahoma State, and they are a 21.5-point favorites in that game. Utah heads to BYU. This is my my 5th game on that list for the NCAA this weekend, which is I have Utah -3 going to BYU. I think Utah gets it done. And then rounding out the games for this week, Nevada visits New Mexico. New Mexico is an 11.5-point favorite. And Florida State travels all the way out to Santa Clara to take on Stanford. Florida State is a 18-point underdog. So there is your NCAA bracket for this week. Again, we're going to move over now to the NFL. But before we do that, guys, just make sure that this Saturday night, that's right after the final whistle, Happy Valley Huddle will be here live. I will be here hosting that. I will be giving you all the recaps of the game right after the final whistle. So make sure you tune in and you join us right after the game on Saturday night. Also, guys, tomorrow night, you have these guys. That's right, pre and post Steel City. It's not Steel City Sunday. It's Steel City Thursday. So make sure you join Will and John and the rest of the guys of our crew out on the western side of the state of Pennsylvania. Make sure you join those guys. For all you Steel fans, check in, give your thoughts and your comments to these guys. Make sure you definitely, guys, check them out as well as we get ready. What else was I about to say here? I'm going to do a couple other ones right after me tonight. That's right, Pittsburgh Sport Desk. Make sure you tune in as those guys will have you all covered for everything Pittsburgh sports. Again, here at It's a Wrap Sports, man, we tailor to everyone. We've got the state covered. From Pittsburgh to Philadelphia, we have it covered. And don't forget, join me right after the Eagles game on Sunday. That's right, the Birch Flyby. I may have a guest, I may not. It all depends on who wants to jump on with me and talk some Eagles foosball. So, again, join me right after the final whistle of the Eagles game as I host the Birch Flyby as well. So I have a busy weekend this weekend with Penn State. Then I got P&M in the AM, which here I might as well plug that right there. Me, Pat, and Al get together 9 a.m. on Sunday morning. We will get your Sunday started. So make sure you guys definitely tune in for that because it's always shenanigans with me and Pat. Pat's forever eating pasta and sticking meat in his mouth. I don't know how this guy gets around in life, but he does. But I love him to death. Oh, guys, and again, tonight, don't forget, 10 o'clock, make sure you tune in, Matty B, for the final word. Tomorrow night, he will be a little bit later because yours truly will be hosting the Clear the Ice. So make sure you guys tune in for that. And a brand new time for the Attacking Third. That's right. The Attacking Third is now Sunday or Saturday morning. If you see here, right there, the Attacking Third, they will be at 9 a.m. Saturday morning. So new start time for the Attacking Third. And the wraparound, Friday nights, 10:30 with Pat Bernard. Make sure you guys tune in for that. And there you have it. There is our schedule in a nutshell. But again, Matty B will be talking tonight. Hopefully, he'll get you covered. Could the Eagles be bringing back Gardner Johnson? Looks like they were making some room up. They do now have an open roster spot for him with the retirement of Zadarius Smith. So could it be CJGJ on his way back for a third term here in Philadelphia? I think that could happen. I really do. But tune in for Matty B. Also, he's probably going, I think, position by position or free agent by free agent with the Phillies. I don't know what he's up to tonight. I fell asleep on him the other night when he said he was going to do it. So make sure you tune in and talk it up with there. Plus, he has the best This Day in Philadelphia sports history, one of my favorite segments of Matty B's show. So make sure you definitely tune in for him. All right, guys. Now, we're going to kick back over to the NFL. All right. And I love this rivalry. Pittsburgh goes on the road to take on a battered and bruised, but Joe Flacco led Cincinnati Bengals. I like the Pittsburgh Steelers in this game. I really do. They kind of got back to business. Jalen Warren came back a week ago. So I kind of like what I saw with the Pittsburgh defense. They were able to get after it last week against Cleveland. I think they'll have no trouble getting after Joe Flacco. That Cincinnati offensive line is just horrible. So, again, I'm going to pretty much go down each one of these games. 9:30, that's right. London game. Probably one of the best of the London games so far. The Jags hosting the LA Rams. The Rams are a 3-point favorite in this game. I love the Rams in this game. I think Jacksonville had trouble last week with a really good stingy defense after they came out and had a beautiful Monday night win. So, again, I like the Rams in this one. It's one of my games, actually. I took the Rams with the -3. Also, I think that total might be a little low, too. Sorry about that. Had to wet the whistle. I think that total might be just a little low for these two teams because I can see Jacksonville probably putting up anywhere between 23 and 24 points on the Rams, but I could see the Rams putting up like 27 to 31 on them. So I might take the over in this game as well. Kind of do like a little combo bet there with the -3 and over 44.5. I kind of like that, the over in that one. This next one, the Jets host the Panthers. Panthers coming off a big old smack in the mouth. They're won the last 2 weeks. They're kind of a little bit on the roll. The Jets are not. Carolina is favored in this game by only 1.5. Over and under is 42 in this game. I can't believe in anything with the Jets anymore. I took them a couple times this year. I just, even with the points, you can't trust them. I would lay the 1.5 and go with Carolina in this game. Next game that you see on the list is the Raiders visiting Kansas City. Now, here's the thing I will say about this game. Kansas City's coming off a very emotional kind of game, very physical game against the Lions on Sunday night. I think Kansas City's good enough to win this game. But the Raiders always play them tough for some odd reason. The Raiders play them tough, and I'm kind of half-heartedly thinking about taking the Raiders can run the football. The thing is, I just don't know. The Raiders played them tough twice last year. They really did. And the only thing that's kind of stopping me from taking the Raiders and the points in this game is the way Geno Smith has been playing, the way Geno Smith likes to turn the ball over. It's the only reason what's stopping me from really kind of taking the Raiders with the points. If I were you, if you are looking to put some shillings on this game, I would go into it and alter the lines a little bit, maybe lower it down. I mean, you're going to pay a little more. Um, it won't be minus 110, but I would drop this 12 to down to like 7. You know what I mean? Adam C's checking in and says, "Hey, Mike, hope all is well. All as well as can be, Adam. All as well as can be, buddy. Thank you for checking in." So, I would definitely, if I'm looking at that game, if you want to do an alternative point line, like I said, probably drop that point total down a little bit, get that down to like around a touchdown or so, then yeah, I would take Kansas City plus 7, but I don't know about the 12 because, like I said, the Raiders are that type of team that you think are going to get blown out, and then they can come in and play them tough, and they've played them tough over the years. This is called the I Don't Care Bowl between Miami and Cleveland. If I'm going to go with a team, I'm going to go with the good throwing left-handed quarterback, which is Tua. I'll take the Miami and the 2.5 points. I understand that Cleveland's got a really good defense, but you know what? That defense is logging a lot of game time because Cleveland's offense is not that good. So I will take Miami and the 2.5, and I might even take the over in this game too. 40 points is really not that much. But no, on my luck, this would be like a 2017 game or a 21-17 game, something like that. So, this one here, New England over. This is again 1:00 time frame. My 1:00 games I have so far are this one, or I'm sorry, which was the Rams minus the 3. We're about to come up on another one that I have, but this New England Tennessee game, Tennessee can't score on anybody. Their offense is anemic as hell. Lay the 7. Latest 7, take the Patriots, and also take the under in 42 because you will be lucky if the Titans score 13 points. You're lucky. So I'm looking at something that it's under 20. That I'm looking, 28-10, 27-10, something like that. Patriots, I think they roll. This one here is intriguing. I actually took the Bears. The way they looked last night against a really formative Commanders defense. They were able to run the football against that Commanders defense. The Saints defense is nowhere near as good as the Commanders defense. I like the Bears in this one, laying the 5, and I'm not going to touch the over or under because that's probably right about where they are around there. Next 1:00 game after that is the last 1:00 game, actually, is my Philadelphia Eagles traveling to Minnesota to take on the Vikings. Good news today. Quinyon Mitchell did practice. Do not know if he's still going to play in the game, but he was out there warming up. I still think the Eagles are a better team than Minnesota. They're going to have a get-right game sooner or later. They have the big matchup against the Giants next week. And again, the Eagles won't be missing Jalen Carter and Landon Dickerson this time when they play the Giants. So I look at it like that. And I like the Birds this week in this game. I don't trust Carson Wentz. I do not trust J.J. McCarthy. And that defense in Minnesota, you can run the football against. Okay? You can run the football against. So I like the Birds in this game. I like them to get right. Now we're going to move over to 2 4-0-5 games. That's right. You got 2 4-0-5 games. And they're pretty good ones. I like this whole stretch, really, of 4:00 games leading up Sunday night. You have Indianapolis going to L.A. to take on the Chargers. And you actually have the Chargers as a 1.5 point favorite at home against the Colts. Give me the Colts and the 1.5. I mean, if you're going to give me Indianapolis and a 1.5, I'm taking it. So I will take that. The over and under is 48.5 in this game. Might even be able to go over. I might even take the over in that game too. I think they both can score. Um, I like Indy's defense, man. Indy's got a winning way about them right now, and they can run the football. Right now, it's going to be kind of hard for the Chargers. The Chargers barely escaped out of Miami with that. The next one, we're going to go to Mile High. Denver off of their successful European trip, host the New York Giants. I will say this. If you look at Dart's 2 home games, he's looked incredible in his 2 home games. His 1 road game that he had so far was in New Orleans, and he did not look good. And I'm sorry, I don't think he's going to look good against this Denver defense either. I think the Giants come back to reality this week. I think they come back to reality. Not to say I don't know how to kind of take this game, but I think they beat the Giants by more than a touchdown. Maybe around 10 points or so, maybe a 27-17 game somewhere in that line. I think it's going to come back to get them this week, is the Giants. He's saying Daniel Jones is playing good too. Yeah, he is. He is, Adam. He is. That's another one. So if I'm doing this one, believe it or not, I'm taking the Broncos -7. I'm going to go over 40. I think the game can go over 40. 27-17-ish right there. It kind of puts you over 40 right there. So, if this was 44, I wouldn't touch it. But 40 points, yeah. I think the Giants can score 17 on that defense. So, your next 4 o'clock game is the Green Bay Packers traveling to the desert to take on the Arizona Cardinals. I am not sold on the Cardinals at all. I do not like the way they're playing. I don't like the way their quarterback's playing. Now, Jacoby Brissett did start this past week for Kyler Murray. Now, if Kyler Murray comes back, I think we're going to see more of the same. Brissett actually kind of came and made them look like a formidable offense on this past Sunday. But I'm actually going to go with the Packers -6 in this game. And this is another game I think that could go over the 44.5. The Cardinals can put up some points, but they're like the Cowboys. It's like empty calories. You know what I mean? It's empty calories with them. Speaking of the Cowboys, next game up, the Washington Commanders, fresh off their loss last night to the Bears, are a 1.5 point favorite going into Dallas to play the Cowboys. I hate picking the Cowboys. I really do. But the Cowboys have the Commanders' number. They just do. They have their number. And no matter what the records are, Dallas always seems to play well against Washington. And I don't think that's going to change here. And the Commanders turned the ball over 3 times in this game. They literally single-handedly gave that game to the Bears 2 nights ago. So for me, I'm going to take the Cowboys at home. And I also like the over in this game. This game is 54.5. Dallas has been playing very high games, okay? As we saw this past week, Dallas offense can put up numbers. We just got to see if the Commanders offense can put up numbers. I'm taking the over in this game. This could be a 34-31 game, or how it's going, or 30, or like they did a 30-27 type game. So Adam's saying I like anyone who plays Dallas. So that is your final 4 o'clock game of the evening. And your 3 games on Sunday, your last 3 games, your night games here. Sunday night, Atlanta goes to San Francisco. San Francisco is a slight 2-point favorite. Sorry, you lost Bosa. Now you just lost Fred Warner on your defense. And I like the way the Falcons team came together and they beat the hell out of the Bills. I'm going to take Atlanta in this game. I think even though it was a big win, it's a short week and they got to go to the West Coast. I still like Atlanta in this game. I am not sold on Mac Jones, and I think that they can easily go there and take care of business in that game. That's going to move us on to Monday night. I'm going to do the one at 10 o'clock first. Because I actually took the 7 p.m. one, but the 10 o'clock game has Houston traveling to Seattle. Seattle is a 3-point dog in this game. I love the over in this game. I don't know why. I'm not taking a winner or loser, but I love the over in this game. The over is 41 points. I personally think they can go over. And another thing, guys, if you're looking for touchdown scores in this game, if you're doing a player props, you can't go wrong with two guys. You can either take Smith and Jigba for a touchdown or Charbonneau for a touchdown, or hell, be bold and take them both and see what they pay out. But those two guys, literally the last 3 weeks, have been the touchdown scores for this Seattle team. So if you're looking for touchdown scores in this game, especially on the Seattle side, you're looking at either Smith and Jigba or Charbonnet, Zach Charbonnet, the running back. Look for that. But I like the over in this game. Over 41. I think they're both going to be over 41, or they're both going to be over combined. They'll be over. So now I'm going to get to my last game of the day, which is this one right here that I have highlighted. The Buccaneers going into Detroit. I'm not sold on what I saw the other night, man. I am not sold on this Detroit team. A Dan Campbell team got punked by the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs punked them right out. And I'll tell you what, they're going in there against Super Baker. I am taking the Tampa Bay Bucs in this game with the 5.5. I still don't think, that doesn't mean I don't think Detroit's not going to win the game. I just don't think they're going to beat them by 5.5. I like Tampa in this game. I like Tampa to keep it close. And if they do lose, then, if they do lose, I don't think it's going to be more than 5.5. So my picks this week, Miami, Louisville, over 50 Friday night. I have Vandy Saturday with the 2.5, UCF -7, UCLA -3, and Utah -3. Let me get out of here. I'm going to close this out. Let me get out of that. There we go. We bring you back. So that is my pick. My NCAA picks. My pro picks are Tampa Monday night -5.5 against those Detroit, or +5.5 against those Detroit Tigers. The Denver Broncos -7 against the Giants. Also, I like the over in that too. I believe the over was 40, like I said. I love the over in that. I got the Packers -6.5 over the Cardinals. I'm not sold on the Cardinals, not one bit, even if Jacoby Brissett plays. The Bears -5. I love the Bears in this game. I think it's a perfect matchup. They're at home. And I don't see, I believe they're playing New Orleans. So I don't see the Saints coming in there and beating them. And then, of course, my first pick will be the London game early in the morning, the Los Angeles Rams -3. Love that. If you're looking for touchdown prop players in that game too, anytime touchdown, look for Kyron Williams and also Tyler Higbee. Tyler Higbee has been sold out now. He's scored touchdowns in the last 3 games. Look him, or 2 games. It was actually 3, but one got taken via penalty. So make sure you check out Tyler Higbee. He's been scoring. Also, Kyron Williams is also hitting in there. For the Bears, DeAndre Swift. Enough said. DeAndre Swift, if you're looking for an anytime touchdown guy there. Green Bay, I would go with Josh Jacobs in this one as well. And also, look out for Tucker. Was it Tyler Kraft or Tucker Kraft, the tight end? He's been due too. He's been due for a touchdown in those ones. Denver to me is kind of odd. I would just stick with old reliable with Denver and go with J.K. Dobbins in that game. Also, if you're going to do the Jaguars too, look for either ETN or Brian Thomas Jr. Brian Thomas Jr. starting to get his way back from injury. So he's been really making kind of points. And for Tampa, until Bucky Irvin gets back, Rashid White, look for one. But Mike Evans, I do believe they get Mike Evans back on Monday night. So look for Mike Evans to be kind of out there as well. And, look for Evans to get back into the touchdown scoring if he's healthy enough to play. I think I did hear he was coming back this week, or he should be ready to come back. So with that being said, just a couple touchdown guys, touchdown prop guys, if you want to throw them in a parlay, you can. Good luck to you if you throw them in there, because they're very hard to hit, man. I honestly, what I do, and I'm not going to lie, I pick one touchdown scorer from every game. and I put it all in a parlay. And you would be surprised. You would think it's easy. You would be surprised how hard. And I only bet like 50 cents or a buck. Like, to be honest with you, like, because the payouts are so outrageous. If you guys want to try something just for fun, whatever local sports book you go to or that you use, take 50 cents or a buck. Just pick a touchdown score from every game. Just one touchdown score from every game. It keeps you interested. It keeps you, and you ain't got to bet that much. Do 50 cents, a buck. But where do you see how crazy the payouts are? At 50 cents and a dollar. If you so go and nail it. The furthest I've ever gotten to that was to a Monday night game a few years back, and they needed I needed one guy from the Bears. I think it was Cole Kmet to catch a touchdown, and he ended up getting hurt in like the first quarter of the game, and I couldn't cash out. So that's the closest I came, but that was probably on, if I remember correctly, it wasn't even the full slate. I think it was just a 4 o'clock slate and the Sunday night game leading into the Monday night game. So that's all it was. And the payout was pretty damn good. It was probably almost like $3,000. So again, if you want to have some fun on a Sunday, like I said, if you want to do something, having some fun, just literally just do the touchdown ones. I can tell you right now, guys, I do passing touchdowns on quarterbacks. You could do one each throw and just one. Like, you pick whatever quarterback you want to take. If you think both of them are going to, throw one, pick both of them. But you look at the games and see what you think is going to happen, and you'd be surprised like how quick that thing adds up. Even for 50 cents or a dollar, if you win 50 to 60 bucks, dude, you're ahead of the game. You know what I mean? So, again, gamble responsibly. Again, this is all for sports. This is all for entertainment purposes. But I just tell you what I like to do. I do a lot of crazy stuff. I've done parlays for a quarter where you just to see how far it goes. So, guys, enjoy yourselves. Get ready for the Pittsburgh Sports Desk, guys. They will be joining you here live roughly in about 17 minutes or so. And again, don't forget Matty B tonight right here on It's a Wrap with the final word. He will have you getting you guys ready, talking Philly's hot stove. Look ahead for the Birds. Maybe he might give you a preview of what him and Kyle are going to talk about tomorrow. Okay, on the Birds Blast. So make sure you check out Matty later. And of course, he has this date in Philly sports history. Make sure you check in for that. So make sure you guys get in there and have fun. And I will see you guys on tomorrow night. I will see you guys tomorrow night for Clear the Ice, the Flyers post game. As I will be breaking that down. So you'll be seeing my face a lot on It's a Wrap, considering I am doing the post game. Did this show tonight, post game tomorrow. I'm doing Penn State on Saturday, and then I got the PM and the AM early in the morning, and then I got the Eagles post game right after that. And I believe Monday I got Clear the Ice again. So I'm literally going straight through from today to next Monday, buddy. So you will be seeing a lot of me on here. I hope to see you guys. Thanks again for tuning in. And hey, if you don't bet it, you don't win, right? Have a good night.